Apart from that, Ollie Badman had a good show. The
Haas itself.
Haas had a very good show. Ocon was, I think, P7 if I'm not wrong. P4.
P4.
No,
P4.
He was
What do you
P5, P6 was Leclerc and Hamilton.
P7 was Ocon was P5.
Ocon was P5. So yeah, Ocon was good.
Ocon had a good race.
I think
Ollie had a good race.
Yeah, Ollie had like
He made
chow.
So many overtakes.
Yeah, the Vcarb Racing Bulls had a very good quali. Isaac Adjar, the guy who
they had a good race also.
Except
but towards the end, yeah.
Except when this happened.
Towards the end, I think is the Vcarb strategist a Ferrari guy? I think he is, right?
I mean, they're Italian.
No, I'm serious. I think he is.
I think he's Italian.
The Ferrari guy. He was at Ferrari and then he came.
The team principal was Ferrari. I was a Ferrari racing engineer. He was the chief engineer.
There you go, guys. We cracked it.
Yeah.
That's why the Vcarb is horrible at strategy.
You know, we can do strategy 101. When all the others are going on a one-stop strategy, you cannot be smart and go on a two-stop strategy. But with that in mind, that was in the race. Outside the race, I don't think we understood what happened. We didn't even know. We knew it I think half a day later. The disqualifications. So, please.
I think...
you don't want to talk about it?
You talk about one, I talk about the other.
There were two rules that was broken. Okay, and that is why you had three cars. Very rarely it has happened, but three cars in the same race were disqualified. Okay, and then Charles and Lewis, the second time they happened, even the last year it happened, second time it happened, right? But two different occasions. One was weight, meaning the cars were lighter by 1 kilogram, right? For Charles and Gasly, and for Lewis Hamilton, it was basically in the underplate they have some kind of a skid, so it has to be some kind of a thickness, minimum thickness, right? So Lewis Hamilton's was just 0.5 mm. That's like if you have your credit card or if you have your ID card or whatever, the width of that is how much he was off by. And then apparently, what advantage does it give?
Generally, the lower you run your cars, the more downforce you have, right?
Correct.
And the more speed you carry. So
they disqualified both of them. But Charles and Gasly, right? They said that Ferrari came out. They saying that we were not trying to be purposefully having a competitive advantage. They did miscalculate.
They said that we didn't anticipate the tire degradation that Charles had, and we miscalculated the fuel
for Charles and for Lewis Hamilton.
I have no idea what happened there.
Yeah,
I think it was a random check. Maybe if you checked another car, maybe they would have found something. But I'm pretty sure that before we start recording, he told me that it was a random check. But I think the random check only applies to Lewis's car.
Yeah, I think so.
And maybe Ferrari itself. I think they randomly checked Ferrari for the skid.
I think
Charles must have checked out, but during the weigh-in, all the cars are weighed in, right? They all check to see how much they weigh after and before, and they're supposed to carry a certain amount of fuel. They're supposed to be a certain weight, and including the tire wear and everything. And if they are underweight, that means they have some kind of an advantage. So, which is why Charles got disqualified.
Yeah, what advantage did Ferrari have? What, they were P5,
Both
P6?
of them were I have no idea.
No.
Yeah, but I can't really I can't argue with the FIA because
no one can.
No, I'm saying we can argue with other aspects, but this aspect I'm not going to argue because Formula 1 based on the millimeter differences, right?
Oh, correct.
The millisecond and all the micro measurements.
Yeah, we did talk about that, right? In the first race, the difference between Alonso crashing was a millimeter.
Yeah, it's all about those micro measurements.
Correct.
So it's fair enough that if someone has just a 0.05 advantage in height.
So anyway, we didn't expect it. I think Ferrari also, they're saying that's not for competitive advantage, but yeah, their racing setup compared to the sprint was just horrible in all aspects. So that was there. But the light on the end of the tunnel when they got disqualified is because Williams double points, both Albon
and Sainz.
Sainz was still uncomfortable with the car. He said that I think he was not in the point. I think he was P13.
Then after the DSQ.
Yeah, after DSQ, he got into P10. If I'm not wrong. Sainz is still not comfortable, but Albon dude, he's amazing, dude.
He's doing really well.
It's like James Walls and Albon together. I think we did talk about how he was still scapegoating because he had very, very bad teammates. He had Logan Sargent, and then he had, I think, Nicola Latifi before that.
Yes.
The last year he had, but then last year it was only Franco Colapinto at the end of the mid-season, the only proper teammate who could compete with him. But now you have Carlos Sainz who's now pushing him even further, right? But
I feel like Carlos is playing a behind the scenes role much better than his role as a driver right now. But I am a little sad because Sainz is a Ferrari race winner.
Yeah, and,
and you would expect him to do something extraordinary.
And he was the greatest driver. So only one to probably win in a Max Verstappen dominant era in 2023 was Carlos.
Yeah.
The amazing race in Singapore. Amazing, smooth operator. So very sad to see that he's still not able to perform at his best. But Williams, legacy team. It's now P4 in the World Championship. Which
is wonderful to see.
Yeah, which is wonderful for us to see. Bad for Ferrari fans, but wonderful for us. They scored more points in 2 races than they ever did last
season.
Yeah, so that's going to be a very good. We're going to see good progression this year. Hopefully we're seeing no more Excel in their this thing.
But I think it's like a pattern we're seeing. All the new drivers, old drivers in new teams are struggling.
Exactly, Lewis Hamilton, barring the sprint, which is a shock to him as well.
Generally, even in free practice and everything, he did struggle a little more than Charles.
Correct. Carlos Sainz.
Alonso.
Alonso, I think
not nearly,
but Alonso was still.
He was not
Lance Stroll
doing better.
Lance Stroll has outqualified him and outraced him.
But no one's talking about Stroll. He's actually scoring points. He's doing well.
Dude, yeah. You cannot, for heaven's sake, write off Lance Stroll.
Yeah, you cannot. No one's talking about him. None of the journalists are talking about him. No one has interviewed him.
I think that is purposeful.
You think so?
How can that be? For the first few seasons of Drive to Survive, Lawrence Stroll was basically the dominant, villainous person. For the last season, I don't see him. I don't see him in Drive to Survive.
I didn't watch Drive to Survive.
I saw both. I watched it religiously. I don't see. I'm guessing that there has been a purposeful, dumbing down of media. Lance and Alonso and Lawrence.
Okay.
Maybe. Because apart from Max in the Red Bull, the only other person who's scoring points for his team consistently is Stroll.
Yeah.
So
this is good. Good for him.
Good for him. We call him Nepo baby, but yeah, good for him.
But good for him. He's doing well. So let's see where he ends up.
Oh, we've almost forgot to talk about the Sauber, which is Alfa Romeo, and now it is Kick Sauber. Hülkenberg. He had a wonderful race or a wonderful time in Australia, but now he's struggling again.
But he's struggling again. I don't have anything to say about him actually. Because I didn't observe much.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything to say with the Hülkenberg. Even Bortoleto, right?
Bortoleto, yeah.
I don't think he was that consistent. He was good.
He was good, but I think the car is just really not bad. There yet.
It's worse than a tractor. What's worse than a tractor?
I think the tractor is Alpine, man, not Sauber.
Okay. Actually, what?
They scored points. Alpine didn't score points.
True. Agreed.
And I think Gasly is. He's
the
an okay driver.
Only constructor to get score points is Alpine.
For me, because Pierre and Gasly and Ocon were on the same team last year, and both of them are. I think out of those two, Gasly is a better driver.
Correct.
Right. So if you put Gasly in the Haas, I think the Haas would be doing much better, and Alpine's just not there at all. They're doing really bad.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. And you have the famous personality Flavio Briatore. I botched up the name. I'm just gonna say Flavio.
Yeah, okay.
Flavio. He's like me, but very old, very flamboyant, very rich, right? So he's come back. I thought it's going to be a bit. He's just look at him. He's just sad. Let's forget about Ferrari for a while. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Let's just talk about some happier things.